The real-time real estate segment today brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Boomers, moving will be more like a gentle tide than a tsunami. Have you heard the term silver tsunami getting tossed around lately? If so, here's what you really need to know. That phrase refers to the idea that a lot of baby boomers are going to move or downsize all at once. I hate when they put this downsizing reports. It's called right sizing. I wish they'd get the clue. And the fear is that a sudden influx of homes for sale would have a big impact on housing. That's because it would create a whole lot more competition for smaller homes, would throw off the balance of supply and demand, which ultimately would impact the home prices. But here's the thing. There are a couple of faults in that logic. Let's break them down and put your mind at ease. Not all baby boomers plan to move. For starters, plenty of baby boomers don't plan on moving at all. A study from the AARP says more than half adults age 65 and older want to stay in their homes and not move as they age. We've got a graph for you. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk, AM 1490, FM 98.1 video feed, you're seeing a chart right now. 60% of adults age 65 expect to stay in their home as they get older. Why would they want to move? Well, maybe to get closer to their kids who can't afford Orange County. While it's true circumstances may change and some people who don't plan to move may realize they need to down the road, the vast majority are counting on aging in place. As for those who stay put, they'll likely modify their homes as needs change over time, and when updating their existing home won't work, some will buy a second home and keep their original one as an investment to fuel generational wealth for their loved ones. As an example from Inman explains, quote, many boomers have no desire to retire fully and take up less space. Many will modify their current home and have the wealthiest will opt to have multiple homes, unquote. Even those who do move won't do it all at once. I guess they're going to move halfway. I don't know. While not all baby boomers are looking to sell their homes and move, the ones who do won't all do it at the same time. Instead, it'll happen slowly over many years, as Freddie Mac says, quote, we forecast the tsunami will be more like a tide. I bet I'm not going to say that. Bringing a gradual exit of 9.2 million boomers by 2035, unquote. Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, says demographics are never a tsunami. The baby boomer generation is almost 2 decades of birth. That means they're going to take about 2 decades to work their way through, unquote. Bottom line, if you're stressed about a silver tsunami shaking the housing market overnight, don't be. Baby boomers will move slowly over a much longer period of time. And remember, if you are one of those baby boomers and you've got a boatload of equity in your house and you want your kids nearby, bribe them. It's pretty simple. rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. Use some of that equity, as we've seen many of the families we serve do. They use some of that equity to help their kids, grandkids buy a house. Just throw that out there for you. There are strategies, and remember, strategy beats rate always. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com.